Good morning, welcome to another video. Today's video, we're just going to jump straight into it. So today's video I'm going to kind of share my top favorite kitchen items, kitchen tools, all those kind of things that we have kind of accumulated over the years in the kitchen. I'm going to just share like why I love it and so on. So let's just jump straight in. If you've watched any of my previous videos, like literally any of them, you would know that I'm not a fantastic cook. So spending time in the kitchen can be pretty like stressful for me and quite daunting, to be honest, just because I don't know, I don't find it to be a super like natural thing for me to like cook and stuff. So over the years we've kind of accumulated things to help with that and to like make the the experience in the kitchen a little bit better, if you will. So I'm just gonna kind of like go through all the things that like makes it nice for me to be in the kitchen, seeing that I am not actually really good at cooking. So anyway, the first item on the list is, at no surprise, my coffee machines. All three of my coffee machines I love and would recommend all three of them for different reasons. We have the Philips bean to cup machine, then we have the new Nespresso Virtuo machine, which is the big capsules, and then we have the normal Nespresso machine with, I think it's a Latissimo, with like a milk froth cup situation. I've mentioned this like a million times before, but coffee for us is like a happy thing and a very important thing in our life, our like everyday life. We've just kind of like made sure that we have base coffee for us that we get to enjoy at home and don't always have to go out and like buy coffee. So that's why we have 3 coffee machines, and yeah, maybe that's like my favorite thing in the kitchen is the coffee machines, because I can drink coffee like all day, every day, don't even have to really eat. Coffee is like my favorite thing. So that is item number 1 in our kitchen. Next up, to tie in with our coffee machines, is our range of Yeti Cups. So I think it's like a year or 2 ago I bought my first Yeti Cup, and I bought it in South Africa because there's like 1 or 2 places here that actually stock it, and it was super expensive, but it was like so worth it. It is amazing. It like keeps your drink cold for many hours. It keeps your drink hot for many hours. It's just super nice travel cup. And then when we went on our trip now, we bought the full range of Yeti stuff. So can tell you now that I would highly recommend that. I've tried many other travel mugs, and by far the Yeti cup keeps my stuff hot for the longest period as well as cold for the longest period. And it's also really nice to look at. They have like all these cool colors, and yeah, so we bought the full range of Yeti cups, and we like kind of going between which one are we going to drink today out of, and I take it to work, and it just is a fantastic travel cup. Next item on the list that also ties in with the coffee is my Norris Cups. I got that as a gift from my mom, and for the longest time I wanted like the small white Norris coffee cups. And the reason why I like them is because, first of all, they're plain white, like funny stuff, and they're the perfect size, especially for the smaller Nespresso pods. They're like really good size because you press the pump twice and it fills up the cup. So, and it just is something that you'd be able to keep like for a very long time, because there's no like trend to it really, and it's been around for like many years. So I usually prefer drinking my coffee at home in my Norris cups. Next up is one of my favorite things, and this is the Poetry like ribbed drinking glasses that I bought like, I think like a year ago or so, maybe more than a year ago. I bought these at Poetry, and They are just super nice to drink out of. I like, you know, like it's like romanticizing small things. I'm just drinking like cool drink or water, but pouring it into a nice looking glass, you know, just adds something to it. It might sound silly, but for me, it's the small things that make like big changes for me. So those glasses also is very aesthetically nice, you know, looking. So you put it on the shelf. It's nice, you know, just to display, but it's also really nice to drink out of. So I got 6 of them and we use it like so often. Next up is my NutriBullet. I love my NutriBullet. We don't often make smoothies and things or like soups or sauces, but when we do, the NutriBullet is obviously, like a lot of people know, such an easy thing to use. It's quick, it's easy to clean. You can drink out of the actual cup, and I don't know, it's just fast, it works. And I also got the white one, which aesthetically fits in with the kitchen, and it's not this bulky big like blender that you have to like pack away again. It can stand on the countertop, it looks very nice, and it's super easy to use. So I've made a lot more smoothies since buying the NutriBullet. We previously had like this big bulky blender, and although it worked fine, it was a mission to clean that big glass thing, and then to also always have to store it away because it's so big and bulky. This is just like 10 times better. So now when it's summertime, it's so nice to make like various different smoothies because it's so quick, so easy. It's not like this daunting task of having to clean and stuff like that, and it works really well. Next up is our cordless KitchenAid food chopper. I think it's called like a food chopper thing. So it kind of like dices your onions, carrots, those kind of things. I cannot stand cutting onions, carrots, any of that stuff. It's just a mission in general. So we found this KitchenAid like chopper that's cordless, which is fantastic because not always where I'm standing wanting to chop things is a plug necessarily, or the plug points too far and then the cord isn't long enough, and then it's a mission, and it's already daunting for me just making food, so having to struggle with that is just a mission. So we found this KitchenAid cordless one, which is fantastic, and we found it in white, and it works so well. It like chops the onions and stuff like in seconds, and also it's the same with the NutriBullet. You just pour out whatever you had in there and you rinse out like the actual cup, and there you go. There's not like this millions of like chopping boards and like stuff like that. That's quite, again, bulky and a mission to clean and stuff. So it's so convenient, and because it's cordless, it's so quick to just use, rinse out, done, and you don't have millions of dishes and stuff lying around. So that's one of our most recent purchases, and we love it. Next up, we have the Instant Pot. Everyone knows the Instant Pot. It's been around for quite a while now. We bought ours, I think, 3 years ago now. We still have like the smaller one. We don't have like the big one. We're only 2 people, and we've loved it. Like cooking rice in it, doing soups in it, doing like stews in it, curries, all of that. Again, for me, that's not great at cooking, and also don't always have the time to like stand around for a long period. It's so nice to be able to chuck everything into one bowl and like cook it in one pot. And the cleaning of an Instant Pot is the best part because it has the one bowl and everything is in there, and you did your sauteing of your onions in there, and you made the broth in there, and you cook the meat in there and everything. So it's so nice because you just get to rinse that thing out, and that's it. So you cook everything in one thing and you wash one thing, and that stainless steel bowl thing is also very easy to clean. So we've been loving the Instant Pot, and to be honest with you, we don't really use any other pots ever, really. Majority of the time we cook with the Instant Pot, because we tend to like to make things that we can chuck like everything in and kind of leave it, and the Instant Pot is great for those kind of things. So yeah, definitely one of the best purchases we've made. Next up is something that I've seen for quite some time, and then when we were actually on our trip, I bought this at, where did I buy this? I think Bed Bath & Beyond, and it's these little lemon, it looks like little shower caps for lemons, which is so weird, but it prevents when you squeeze a lemon for the pips to actually fall into whatever you're eating. So if I make like an avocado toast or whatever and I want to dash some lemon on it, I don't want the pips to fall in there too. So you like put the little raincoat or like a shower cap on the half cut lemon and you squeeze it and it prevents the pips from falling out, which is maybe unnecessary, but I find that to be very helpful and we've really liked using those. So if you like use lemons a lot, I would suggest those ones. You also get like a silicone one, which I saw, I think, at Yappy Chef. I think I saw it at Yappy Chef. It's like a yellow silicone one, which you can also use to like pull over the lemon and then you squeeze it. So that's like just like a nifty thing to have in the drawer for if and when I need it. Next up is our glass containers that we bought at Checkers quite a while ago, a couple of years ago. I would say 3-4 years ago. We bought like, I don't know, like maybe 6 or 7 glass containers. That's like a medium-ish kind of size with like a lid that like closes like properly and seals properly. And the reason why we did that is because we had all these like plastic like containers, like Tupperware situations, and it's like odd sizes and it doesn't stack neatly in your cupboard, and it was just like a mess. So then we like transitioned over to glass containers, and we haven't ever lost a glass container or a lid like we do with plastic stuff, because I think they have feet and they just run away. But we've been loving it. You can heat it up in it, you can put it in the dishwasher, the lid and the glass container. They stack like nicely in the cupboard on top of each other. They're super easy to wash and they're glass. And also it's the perfect size when you have like leftovers to put that in there and then put it in the fridge for the next day. So we've been loving that and we've never had to buy more. They've never gotten lost or anything like that. So we really like those glass containers. And then the last thing that I want to include in this video is our glass jars. We've bought so many glass jars. We bought the same one, like I think we have like maybe 20 of them, maybe even more, of the same glass jars. So we bought them at Checkers and we decided if you're going to buy one, just buy the same so that it's like consistent. And they have been working so nicely. They have various like sizes, and we bought the smaller size, the big ones, the medium ones, because obviously for different things you need different sizes. And it's worked so well to like buy flour and decant it and use it like that, because when you use like ingredients, stuff like that, out of the original bag or packaging, it can get quite messy, and if it doesn't seal properly, it gets stale and all those kind of things. So they've been really helpful in terms of keeping things fresh. They seal properly, they look nice. I've put labels on them. So that's one thing that I really like and would forever now have my food, and like food that you store in the cupboard, store in actual glass jars, and it looks nice. So that wraps up my top like favorite things in our kitchen currently. Again, like I always say, I'm not a big cook, so like I don't really freak out about like pans and stuff like that necessarily, and like different knives and stuff, because I don't use those things that often. But the things that does make a difference is the thing that I kind of now listed, and what like came to the top of my head when I like thought of making this video was like, what are the things I grab for the most and makes like the everyday life be a little bit better in the kitchen, coming from someone that doesn't know how to cook really. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Golden things, gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden. I'll follow only